Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday coming at you on an incredible, incredible day where I was actually going to talk about Laguna Seca potentially being in jeopardy of being closed because of neighbors complaining about the noise at the track. Imagine the legendary, been there forever, Laguna Seca track getting complaints because of noise. And then I was going to talk about SEMA saying that we should sign some kind of petition to stop the mandate to stop selling ICE vehicles in California in the 2030s somehow. But something superseded all of that. That's right. Something happened that I thought would never happen again, and people still don't understand that this show is not run by Lund Racing. This show was around before I even moved to Florida. This show was around before I had a job in the industry. This show supersedes anything I've ever done in the industry. And the way I got on the map was talking shit, or at least talking truth, to the point where it was so credible that people thought I was an actual tuner and offered me a job in the industry. But what happens? Anytime you try to educate a customer while someone else is trying to sell something to a customer, and they say that you're irrelevant, they say that your show is not even impactful in sales, they call my boss and complain about stuff I've said on the show. Now, we're going to discuss the ramifications of that. We're going to discuss what I'm going to do going forward. And I'm going to do one little thing to warn people that calling my boss is the biggest mistake you could do in history, because it happened before and I overcame that. And I'm going to overcome this, but I'm going to do a shot across your bow, let you know what the ramifications of doing that is. So hopefully in the future, if you think you can just pick up the phone and call my boss about a show that I did that has nothing to do with Lund Racing, just because I wear their hat doesn't mean Lund Racing co-signs on everything I say. It's no different than me dunking on you on LA Fitness Basketball League and then you calling my boss at the power plant that, hey, Alex dunked on me, called me a bitch, spit in my face, and I'm not happy about that. But not before we have Mr. Bill O'Reilly say hello to the people out there.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Exactly. 2-Auto Solution. Rami Zaidan is finally giving up on the 10R80 game with big horsepower builds. He's going to get himself a Turbo 400 and get partying on some Gen 3 cars. I love to hear it. Get him on game. He'll never go back to an overdrive transmission. DNA High Performance. Again, if you want to buy anything at all, especially Whipple kits, that's right. If you ever want to buy a Whipple kit, ever, I suggest you go to DNAHighPerformance.com. Wheels, tires, injectors, you name it, but especially Whipple kits. Buy them from DNAHighPerformance.com. PMAS, Nick James and PMAS, that's right. We're going to be giving away a cold air today. That's right. I'm going to say fuck it. Let's give a cold air away to the people out there so that we can get the giveaways going, start the year off right, so that, you know, you guys can, this basically me showing my appreciation to the people out there. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Thank you very much for hanging on. Say hi to the people, and we'll get to talking about, you know who, Lethal Performance, calling my boss. Coyote Fury, 2000 MCR, Leon Phelps, Clean 93 GT, Travis, Monty Rogers, Paul Pontillo, Slow 99, Monty 540 again, Ignacio Baggi Luxury, Pito, Chiquito, Alfredo Morales, Bullet Bill, Monty Rogers, Slow 99, Coca-Cola, Fernando Perez, Douche Did It, Alfredo Morales, Everything Tactical, Ignacio, Coca-Cola, B. Lavesh, Darren Harper, Todd O'Leary, Kellen Stocks, 1 of 1 RTR. Maki Mock, Monty Rogers, Huncho James, Joe Jackson, Garage Bill Coyote, Ryan Paquette, Smokin' ZX14, Maki Mock again, Charles Hayes, GMS Performance, Slow 99, Muffler, Clip Clop, Boxy, JMS again, Jermaine says good morning, Alejandro Flores, Alejandro Gonzalez, JMS, Diego, Michael Loreno, 313, Mike, Corey Seward, Muffler, Garage Bill Coyote, 313 Mike again. 313 Mike, are you the Hialeah dude? Desmond Nuxo, hey, he saved the crank. JMS Performance, Jermaine, Slow 99. We got Garage Book Coyote again, Jermaine, Monty Rogers. Valley 10 Speed, good morning, good morning. What's going on with the freaking transmission? He said it's going in this weekend. JD Swag, Sam Morales, Kellen Stocks, Robostyle, Giovanni Sanchez, D-Rock Fox, Dixon, Itchy, Bison, Jack Stand, Seward. Let's go all the way to the bottom so we can get to talking about what the hell happened. John Bailey, Brett Burke, Crustroch, Eduardo Duran, Jacob Chase, YouTube Corrupt, Eric Vega, Native Shift, and Evan Smith. Okay, so last week on Thursday, YDBT Daily, I put up the video or the comparison of Lethal Performance testing a Gen 6 Whipple kit on a S650 Mustang. In that video, I conditioned the customer to say, your car is not going to make 800 rear-wheel horsepower on pump gas. Why do I say that? Because it's not. It's just plain and simple. This isn't a 454 Chevy where you can make 800 horsepower on pump gas. It's just not it. There is NOx sensors in it, and if you add octane booster, they'll be happy. But if the generic customer buys a Gen 6 Whipple kit and then says, you know, I want to see if I can make the same power Lethal did, because now I'm naming names. I want to make the same horsepower Lethal did. Well, you got to configure it like they do. The only way you're going to make 800 rear-wheel horsepower on an S650 is you configure it the way they do. Now, in the new era of the EPA literally visiting Lund Racing at one point, I don't know of any other place that got a visit from Lund Racing, from EPA, but Lund Racing. So now, an affiliated company posts pictures, video of a Whipple Gen 6 equipped S650 with headers, off-road exhaust, supposedly, allegedly. And then they go, look, it made 800. And I go, wait a minute. You're not really telling people to bypass emissions, are you? Like, that's crazy talk. You wouldn't do that. That's crazy talk. But I said, if you want your car to make that kind of power, you have to configure it like them. Octane booster, 13 PSI, headers, and a free-flowing exhaust. And then maybe you'll make the power. But the general person is never going to do that. They're going to they buy the kit because it's 50 state legal. So I made all of those dots connect, and it struck a nerve. And why did it strike a nerve? It struck a nerve because I was deadly accurate. And who am I looking out for? I'm looking out for you, the customer. I don't want you to buy this Gen 6 Whipple kit, which seems to be better than the Gen 5, and I mentioned that in the video. And I said, you don't want to make an 800 horsepower your metric when it comes to the Gen 6 Whipple. It's a selling tactic. And it's a good one. And I said it was a good one. But then he did the absolute biggest mistake he could make. He called my boss and said, I don't like what Alex is saying. I don't like that Alex wears your hat in the video. What the fuck does a hat got? So if I wear a sombrero, you're going to call Mexico? Like, who are you going to call? Like, I'm wearing a hat. And I work for Lund Racing. I wear their hats all the time and their shirts because I have like 1,000 of them. But apparently because I was wearing this hat and I was wearing maybe a Lund Racing shirt, he thought that I was making Lund Racing look bad. That's right. I was making Lund Racing look bad by telling the customer, hey, 800 horsepower on pump gas sounds a little aggressive. You might want to keep your expectations down to earth and be in the 650, maybe 700 horsepower tops. And that is the best. Imagine me telling the customer to have realistic expectations, and a company selling Lethal Performance, selling Whipple kits, gets mad for some reason and calls my boss. Now, what is the reasoning behind calling my boss? It's to get me in trouble. It's to get me slapped on the wrist. It's to potentially get John Lund to tell me, Alex, I don't like what you're saying in the show. Please change the way you operate. But John Lund Sr. is not only legit, loyal, and reasonable, he's logical. He's like, that's his show. That's Alex's shit. Alex had this shit before I even thought of hiring him. Matter of fact, we watched him and we thought his stuff was funny. And then he got on our radar, and then eventually we hired him. But let it be known that this channel superseded any job I had in the industry. But let's back it up. What is the intent? If you were to establish intent on calling my boss, because I do a show over here trying to help the customer, because I know your selling tactics are just that, selling tactics, you trying to get me either fired or in trouble. There is no other reason why you would call my boss to complain about something that actually helps the customer, actually helps them understand what is happening, because I actually would never in my life suggest that kind of power output on pump gas. Matter of fact, on my video or my white carbide 795, I said, this is Sunoco 260. This is race gas. I do not recommend this. I literally said that on an ESS kit. Did ESS call John Sr. and said, hey, I don't like that Alex gave everyone realistic expectations of the kit? No. So, to me, that is pussy shit. To me, that is odd behavior. I would never call anyone's job to complain about something they do with something that's unrelated because I have an opinion. So now, let's decompile what the ramifications of that could be. Let's say in an alternate universe, bizarro world where up is down and down is up. Let's say John Lund says, you know what, Alex? You're too much of a liability for Lund Racing. Your channel actually takes away customers from our ticket system. They complain about you all the time. They don't like your service. As a matter of fact, Alex, we don't, even if you have a perfect rating on Zendesk, they called us and we're going to listen to them and we're going to dip out of this situation. I would disagree with the decision, but tell me, how would I act on this channel if I had nothing holding me back? Nothing holding me back, nothing throttling my opinion, say whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, knowing what I know. Imagine the ramifications of Alex not being in the industry any longer and is able to just open the floodgates and do whatever do and say realistic, true things that I know that could be bad for a lot of people. Decompiling that might make you want to think about calling my boss to try to get me in trouble going forward. Because would it be better for you or would it be worse for you if I wasn't in the industry? So have I mentioned Lethal stuff ever in the past? Have I been critical of their shit ever in the past? Did I say don't buy Whipple kits from Lethal in that video? No, I said their test is a little skewed. Octane booster, 13 PSI, 800 horse, no cats, headers. It's not a real good indicator of what that kit is capable of. It's on a emissions legal setup. So I brought the expectations down to reality. So I'm blown away that this tactic still exists. I've probably brought more business to Lund than anybody ever. And I bet you were cheering when I was going in on Beefcake. I bet you were sitting there going, fuck yeah, this guy's fucking awesome. Oh my God. And then in the same breath, you call my boss to try to get me in trouble over realistic, good, straight up information. So I suggest you do this. Get out of your emotions. Sell kits, put your head down, and don't worry what the fuck I do over here, bro. Don't worry about what I do the fuck over here, because the last thing you want is not only me, forget me. I got some psycho fans. And this is what I'm going to ask the followers and the fans. Do me a favor. Do not go in on Lethal's pages and start talking shit. Do not go on Facebook and start talking shit on their threads. Do not go on Instagram and their YouTube and start talking shit. What you should do is, if you're ever going to buy anything Mustang related ever, you go to DNAHighperformance.com. You go to DNA High Performance, our show sponsor. If you ever thought, I need a fuel system, DNAHighperformance.com. I want a Whipple kit, DNAHighperformance.com. I want wheels, tires, exhaust, suspension, DNAHighperformance.com. Understand, guys? I'm asking my followers not to do anything egregious or bad or negative. Let's be positive. Let's get DNAHighperformance.com becoming the best online parts house for Mustang stuff. Because now they're on my radar, and they should not be on my radar. Where you should not be is on my radar blipping away. DNA High Performance is a sponsor. So if any of my fans, I'm not talking on Lund, I'm talking Alejandro Flores, this channel. You know people, you know Mustang people, you know anything, that anyone that wants any parts anywhere. Tax season is coming up. Let's get DNAHighPerformance.com. Buy a koozie, buy a t-shirt. Let's do what we did to Alec Bledsoe. Let's prop up the channel. Let's get after it. And let's get DNAHighPerformance.com literally stressing the fuck out because he has to pump out orders. And then mention me on checkout and see if he gives you some kind of, a rate decrease. So that is just a shot across the bow. That's just me telling people where to go shop. I did not say don't go to Lethal. I said don't go to Lethal's Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube and talk shit. No one here on this chat, please do not do that. Let them do their own thing. But if you're going to buy anything, you buy it from DNAHighPerformance.com. Plain and simple. So last thing I'm going to say about this is this. Do me a favor and get out of your fucking feelings. Get out of your fucking feelings and listen to my show beginning to end, the one that you're so pissed off about, and look at it as if you were a customer. You're probably going to go, God damn it, this guy's giving me dropping knowledge. I'm not getting emotional about Whipple. I literally said in that video, hell, the title of the video is the Gen 6 Whipple is better than the Gen 5 Whipple. How is that negative and how is that going to affect sales? So he got his feelings, called my boss to either get me in trouble or get me fired. There is no other reasoning. You either tried to get me in trouble or tried to get me fired. So now you're fucking with my money. Okay, cool. Then DNAHighPerformance.com, sell, sell, sell. All day, every day, buy any Mustang part from them and only them, and we can go and get them going, and let's turn this negative into a positive. So the next time anyone wants to call my boss and talk shit about a video that I made here, which is not a Lund channel, I'm going to turn it into a positive and get business elsewhere. That's all I got to say about that. So people understand this. It happened. I had to say it because it happened. Maybe John didn't want me to say nothing, but it happened. And I don't think John would ever give me the ultimatum of stop talking about this shit, because at the end of the day, I didn't say anything wrong. But the fact that a fucking company owner probably didn't even watch my video, probably heard snippets and shit, didn't even see the whole thing beginning to end, got in his feelings and called my boss. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So take that information, process it, and when you're going to buy something, you know where to buy it from, DNAHighPerformance.com. There it is. Calling my boss. So not only is Kelly Aiken in the same league as Homeboy, I'm not even going to mention his fucking name. I'm not even going to say your fucking name. Because then that'll bring your 10,000 YouTube followers up to maybe 10,200. Fuck out of here. Crazy shit that's going on there. So let's go ahead and try to talk about the SEMA. So let's change gear. Actually, hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna read your comments. I'm gonna read your comments because I want to make sure that I get everyone's thoughts on this. And again, these are the comments of the people that totally don't matter, totally are irrelevant, and we do not affect the Mustang community in any single way. An irrelevant show and people on the internet just talking. Now you got on my radar. Nuxo says, I got you, DNAHighPerformance.com. Looks like they just boned themselves. DNA for the win. DNA t-shirt sale. Doesn't DNA hook you up with a little bit of a discount? So get that discount. Exactly. DNA also supports a Camaro guy. Got me a set of wheels. Bryson Witt says, wait, be right back. Let me remove it. So not the gravy train, right, bro? I want to see you in the Mustang president for DNA. Look, I'm an adult, right? And the best thing I have is my word. And my word is honest. Like I've never on purpose tried to deceive anybody on anything just to make a sale. That's just not what I do. I did that when I was working as a service writer back in Texas, and it was just awful. And I know it felt bad or whatever. So when I call out something that's not a lie, but a deceiving way of selling something, I call it out. And it just fucking put everyone's panties in a wad. But the biggest thing is, in my opinion, that actually directly affects Lund. Let's see, okay, what affects Lund in a more negative way? Alejandro Flores telling you to keep your expectations to a minimum and, giving you all the prerequisites so that when you go to the ticket system, you've already learned a lot on this show. So that now in the ticket system, you just order the tune and you're good. Or somebody taking catalytic converters off of a brand new car and then them being affiliated with Lund, showing it on video. While Lund got hit up by the EPA a while ago. Like, you tell me what is worse to be affiliated with. Big OG says, Alex, off topic, but I've lived in Louisiana most of my life and I wanted to know what parts of Florida is a good place to live at. I know it's not cheap, but I'm too bust my ass into a apartment over there. Look, I wouldn't move to South Florida right now. It's too expensive. But if you somehow end up in the Vero, Fort Pierce, Stewart area, you might be okay because you're close enough to the Palm Beach County side of things to enjoy it without paying the rent of Palm Beach County. So, take that for what it's worth. Somebody said here, so another paid comment said, Ignacio, I used someone else's page to show DNA the wheels I wanted and ordered them. Boom. I would love to hear how the conversation went between both parties. So I didn't hear specifics, and shout out to Lund. Lund is not one guy to just divulge stuff, but he was nice enough to say, I got a call. So when I get a text and a phone call that says somebody called complaining about you, and I'm like, I thought it was Whipple, right? But then I'm like, wait a minute, my video is titled Gen 6 Whipple better than Gen 5 Whipple. So I'm like, it can't be Whipple. That's crazy. And he wouldn't be concerned with such a stupid channel to say anything. And then I went, if it's this motherfucker, he just did the biggest slip up in his company's history. And I know he has a partner. Hey, rein him in. Rein him in. Tighten up the leash a little bit because you don't want to get on my radar. It's just not a good place to be. That's all. Alex gets shit on because he says the Gen 6 was a better blower than a Gen 5. What a joke. Exactly. Look, it's not a positive look for them. And I was going to talk about it. And I know the Amory is a little psycho and crazy, but I'm asking you and urging you to not even comment on any other shit. Just go to dnahighperformance.com. Don't comment. Don't say you did this, you did that. Nah. Persona non grata. Shh. Vaya con Dios. Like, I was holding on to a lot of shit before this. Like, I was holding on to a lot of shit that had happened in my life directly correlated with them motherfuckers. But now, I'm not even going to mention it. Persona non grata. Vaya con Dios. You're never going to hear lethal performance out of my fucking mouth ever again. Unless you guys put up another video that said some dumb shit so that I can tell the customers that, hey, this is crazy. 312 Mike saying he's not from Hialeah. Already did. Sorry. Even my 6-year-old knows not to tattle on someone. On the F-150 pages, a FP700 truck with 5,000 miles just blew up due to clogged cats. No. Peter Galvez. No. You're 100% wrong. It's 50 state legal. Has cat protection. Impossible. Eliza says, back in 2019, I went to their website to buy some race pipes. They told me they had them in stock 3 months. Went by before I got the product, learned my lesson. 3 months went by before I got the product, learned my lesson. Okay, I'm not going to read negative reviews on their website. I'm not going to read negative comments on them. All I'm asking you guys is to just, if you're going to buy something, buy it from DNA High Performance. That's all. So then you can't call and say, Alex told people, fuck. No, I didn't say fuck anything. I said, okay. You want to call my boss and start some dumb shit? It's going to hurt in the pocketbook because this show, as non-influential as it is just going to steer my audience and everyone that they're involved with. Every person in my audience that is involved with any Mustang stuff, I urge you to go to DNA to buy any and every high-performance Mustang part you'll ever have. But Alex, if they go after your job, why not go after theirs? No, you got to understand. I'm not going to get into it, but Senior did very logical reasoning from what I can tell. Very logical reasoning. He's like, yo, this ain't my shit. Alex had a show before we even were a thing. So why are you tripping? Do something about it. Let's have a call. Let's have a meeting. A meeting? I would rather get rib surgery than try to suck myself silly and shop at a performance shop. I bet that pushed him over the edge that you saying you'd rather eat your Beretta than hang with him. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I know too much, bro. I know way too fucking much. You see that Ford dealer sent the video of him saying she can't get rid of any Lightnings? Yes. So a lot of people say to me, lightning, we can get off of the whole lethal stuff because se acabó el party. Hey, you did it to yourself. Now you're on my radar. You did it to yourself. The lightning. Let's change gears. And I know a lot of people want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about other stuff because let's not beat a dead fucking horse here. The lightning doesn't sell. The lightning is being cut production to they're cutting production almost to zero. Almost to zero. They've laid off people. They've reallocated them to other factories. They can't get them off the lot. And not because it's a bad truck per se, but it's too expensive of a truck. And I think the shine is starting to wear off of the whole EV game. Even the Cybertruck has gotten some bad reviews where a guy that had a Rivian was able to tow 160 miles with a Rivian and an 11,000 pound load, heyo, and he only got 90 miles with the Cybertruck. Freedom Rider, thank you for the $5. Someone says, I heard you say Lund doesn't mess with HPJ anymore here in St. Louis. Can you tell why? I don't understand. We're just not dealers. We don't tune for them. That's it. See you later. There's no reason to go into detail. Why is there so many crybabies nowadays? I don't know. I think people think that they have power over me. Again, if I was to ever be let go by Lund for any reason, this show would be the wildest shit you've ever seen. I would spill the tea on everybody. But, sometimes there's a little bit of a regulator. Alex is just telling people where to buy parts from. People know their shit. Exactly. My phone broke watching on my laptop. Someone else was with him when he called. I don't know, and I don't care. That whole thing is not even a thing anymore. I was going to buy a full drag pack and tires from them. Jonathan Prince, DNA High Performance. Hey, DNA High Performance, you better get ready. If a lot of people come tax season, start hitting you up, it's going to be a good time. Support those who support the people that you like or support. Exactly. Do you like this show? Do you like the information that you are getting? Do you like the overall vibe of the show? Do you dislike it when a company tries to get me in trouble for something that I've been doing since the beginning of time? Support the people that support me. Jordan says, Senior should have called him and said, why... I couldn't finish that. Hell, have you seen the actual reviews of the Cybertruck? Yeah, they're not good. They're really not good. Let's get on to the SEMA stuff. So really quick, remember when SEMA was out there telling people this is a funny thing. So SEMA wanted to put an opposition of the proposed advanced clean cars regulation. So what's happening is that California is looking to ban any new ICE vehicle sales in either late 2020s or early 2030s. Let's say starting in 2035, California, all new vehicle sales in California have to be zero emissions in 2035. So now they have a opposition memorandum out there. And I go, wait a minute. SEMA, the same people that are responsible for making you compliant. That's right. CARB started making weird laws. SEMA's like, hey, CARB, we'll help you make sure that the parts that are coming out get certification through us. What do you think? CARB said, cool. If there's a process where a cold air intake, a blower kit, pipes, catch cans, you name it. If there's a process that SEMA can be the in-between and actually certify the parts to be CARB compliant, we're good. SEMA, now you're opposing them mandating zero emissions in 2035? You enabled them to have this power, SEMA. Yeah, SEMA, you enabled CARB to have this power by making people go through you to certify the parts that were to be CARB certified. Imagine the drug dealers are mad at the big boss. The big boss is CARB. And CARB said to SEMA, do my dirty work. And now CARB is like, hey, we don't want any of this shit. We want only our shit on the streets, which is zero emission stuff. And CARB goes, wait a minute. What do you mean? This is crazy. Hey, you've been doing this for a while now. You've been the in-between between parts companies and us, certifying them, bending over backwards to pass some weird emissions laws over a religion. It's a religion. Man-made global warming is a religion. There's so much evidence against it, and that the natural ebb and flow of the earth and solar flares and magnetic fields affect weather more than a fucking muffler or a diesel truck. But no, you guys believed it. So now SEMA's mad. Oh, we're going to put out a memo that says we don't like the fact that they're doing this. Well, you enabled them. You propped them up. You were the ones out there testing parts and scrutinizing parts that didn't have to be scrutinized because CARB said so. So now SEMA is trying to tell you, hey, by the way, sign this petition so that they don't ban ICE cars in 2035 or whatever. So let's look up the Laguna Seca story. That's what I wanted to talk about today, but these motherfuckers got on my radar, and that was a problem. That was a problem. Do not do that. Laguna Seca responds to lawsuit over noise. So this is motorsport.com. So apparently there was a noise complaint filed for the Laguna Seca track. Laguna Seca responds to lawsuit over noise complaints and track usage. My God, ads. The track management of Laguna Seca has responded to the lawsuit filed by a group of disgruntled locals, which is seeking a reduction in its usage and noise levels. The 11-turn 2.238 mile road course, which was constructed in 1957, is owned by Monterey County, which signed a long-term concession agreement with the nonprofit organization Friends of Laguna Seca to secure its long-term financial future. The California venue, famed for its corkscrew sequence and corners, is scheduled to run 7 major racing events in 2024, including IMSA Sports Car Championship, April, and IndyCar Series in June, and was resurfaced last year. On the 12th of December, a group called the Highway 68 Coalition filed a lawsuit against Monterey County. The Monterey County Board of Supervisors and Friends of Laguna Seca alleging nuisance issues for local residents, including increased noise and traffic during its use on weekends and track days. Friends of Laguna Seca counters that the Highway 68 Coalition is attempting to interrupt its stewardship and improvements of the Laguna Seca recreational area. We live here too and share the same concerns as our neighbors about noise and traffic, said Ross, whatever. And our team of experienced business and community leaders are eager to move forward and revive the staple in our community for decades, future success, future revenue generation for Monterey County. And basically, they said that FLS states that it's bound to the concession agreement to the historical uses of Laguna Seca. Okay, so you're going to see this forever and ever and ever. If Laguna Seca, a track that has been around since 1957, everybody knows Laguna Seca. Everybody knows Laguna Seca. So now they have neighbors mad at the fact that there's racing happening because they're building homes closer and closer and closer to racetracks. See, I think Bradenton Motorsports Park eventually is going to have this issue again. So go ahead and drive up to Bradenton. Look at the crazy amount of properties that are being put up next to the track. Cletus had a video. I actually saw that video because I was interested to see how far the houses are from the track. Less than a mile. Less than a mile from the track. So, or a mile. So now, Cletus and Bradenton are going to eventually have to relocate. Bet me. The people that signed the order to agree that, hey, noise is going to happen, they're not going to give a fuck. The moment this weekend coming up is a pro mod, like U.S. Nationals situation coming up very soon. I think this weekend or the next weekend, there's going to be a big pro mod race happening at Bradenton Motorsports Park. That means big blower, alcohol, cars, pro charge cars that are loud as fuck. Turbo pro mods aren't super loud, but they're loud enough. LDR, X275, you name it, they're going to be out there making a whole bunch of noise. And the more they finish constructing the houses near the track, the more complaints are going to get. And at the end of the day, what is the town going to do? The town is going to go, who are we going to listen to? A racetrack attached to another racetrack? They're going to look at the total revenue they get in taxes per year. Then they're going to look at the crazy land development that has been happening around Bradenton and go, these people are responsible for this much tax revenue, and these people are responsible for this much tax revenue. We don't give a fuck about its historical significance. We don't give two shits. Even Cletus himself sold his house to move elsewhere because neighbors were moving in around him, peeking into his fence line. I saw that video because it had to do with the land and the future of the track, because I'm interested to see what the contingency plan is for Bradenton. So I have no idea what Bradenton's going to do and what Garrett's going to do, they either have to move more towards the center of Florida, and then they have to buy all the land around them, hundreds, maybe thousands of acres in a huge area, so that no building ever happens there unless it is allowed by Bradenton Motorsports Park and Garrett's company. So it's tax revenue. It doesn't matter historical significance. No one cares about drag racing. Let's be honest. I hate drag racing. I think it's fucking whack shit. I go test so that my channel could get some point of reference as to what to do to build. But in terms of competitive drag racing, I fucking hate it. But I support Lund and the people that want to do it. We're going to be at Texas 2K. I'm going to be there with a big old fucking smile on my face, helping Lund be competitive in the street car class or whatever, the 20 Extreme 28, whatever class we fit into. So it's going to be interesting what happens with Bradenton and I thought it was going to be 5 years. Watch it be less. Watch it be like 2 or 3 years. You're going to start seeing homes being completed, kids complaining, oh, my child can't sleep because the Pro Mod went down the track at midnight. Just like they're going to impose curfews, and Bradenton's going to have to agree. They're going to have to agree. They can't run till midnight racing down there. They just can't. Eventually, people are going to go, this is ridiculous. At midnight, I can't hear 2 pro-charged Pro Mods go down the track running 370s and think it's okay less than a mile away. It's going to be a good time. Cleet is already building a new house. Dude's out. Nightmare says, we have that here in Wisconsin and tracks in Great Lakes Dragway, where libtards want to shut it down because of the noise. Okay, any texts I'm going to answer, just in case John is on. He's like, I don't like you. What are you doing? Oh, your people are blowing up my phone. Nope, everything's cool. Everything's cool. Okay, everything's cool. Exactly. Who pays more, the track or 5,000 houses and their votes can offer up? Eric Hill says, or their taxes will begin to rise, point to where it's no longer suitable. Please bring a track to Fort Pierce, West Palm, or Port St. Lucie. That's never going to happen. People are touting this track that they're going to build next to Royal Palm or Wellington. Wellington? Where a bunch of snooty fucks with horses are? You think these millionaires out in Wellington or Royal Palm area are going to allow a racetrack near $1 million homes that have a complete business of raising thoroughbreds in the back? No fucking way. It is not ever going to happen in Palm Beach County. Alastair of Hades says they're limited on racing days already at Laguna Seca. You have to have a ghetto-ass muffler already to run Laguna Seca. Make sure not to come by my website because we suck. Says potential. Oh my God, stop it. See, that's the byproduct of what you did. Not on my radar. Life's good. Move on. Talk about Laguna Seca. On my radar, 700 people that are ready to do crazy shit. But again, guys, I urge you guys not to go on their social media because he's going to think I sent them. Like I give a fuck. Like I give a motherfuck. If anything, I'm giving you shine right now. Oh, so now they have a problem, says not Mike H72. If the track has been there before the housing was built, doesn't matter. Gavin Jordan, doesn't matter. Money, money, money. It doesn't matter if it's legendary. It's what brings in revenue. And revenue runs everything. You have to pay off a politician to have him vote no on certain things. And you know how much you got to pay a politician? To have him be corrupt enough to overlook the tax revenue a big building project is going to bring into the county or your racetrack? You got to pay him millions. You have to pretty much go ahead and say, I hear there's a potential track opening up. I'm sorry, buildings. How much would it take for me to not have to worry about potential issues with the neighbors? You come here to the day of my daughter's to be wed, and you don't even call me godfather. So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen. Money wins 100% of the time. What's all this car talk? I'm here for the Cavs. I don't believe any new tracks are going to open. Only close. For a new one to open, it would have to be so far out, it's not worth going to. You know what they want to do? Over like in Okeechobee, way the fuck out there. Thank you very much, Brett Burke. I worked on that. See, people don't think I I prepare for the show. I insanely prepare for the show, okay? It's scripted, okay? So they're trying to make like an airport that no one goes to become a track. The problem is it's going to be dirty. People are going to throw shit on the ground. People are going to crash. Someone's going to get hurt, or potentially, someone's going to get hurt. And then there goes that. Because you're basically saying, come to the runway on a no prep event. And have you seen some of the trash that's out here? It's not like there's really badass cars out here. There's like roll race cars, and they go out there with Nitto 555 R2s on a concrete runway and dump the clutch and stay in it. And then they crash, and they're like, I don't want to go to a track that's no prep. I want all the prep. Tony El Tigre says, I'm late, but I'm here. Hit the like, you guys. Alex, you gotta love the crybabies' logic. By their logic, the Sunoco you put in your Corvette is pump gas. We watched you get it from a pump. I haven't heard that yet. But if you get pump gas, put it in a car, and then you use either this or the unleaded version to pump up the numbers, it's not pump gas. So is E85 pump gas because you get it from an ethanol pump? Thanks for always being a real one, Alex. I've learned a lot from you over the years. How's the Bellac sponsorship coming? Bondo Bird, you laugh, but I'm working on something with Bellac. You laugh, but I'm literally working on something with Bellac. They closed a drag strip in my town, and now there's more drag racing on the back roads. DNA, complete my Steeda kit. I'll email you tomorrow. Be on my side. See, I'm gonna teach you something. It's better to be on my side than to be on my opposite side. I highly suggest that you either get with the program or get out of the way. Look, I don't understand why you would rock the boat thinking that I wasn't going to respond. The psycho behavior. Have you ever been to County Line Dragway? No, sir. I'm opening the track at the Salt Flats. Thanks for... Okay, we got that. Potential... I'm going to stop clicking on this guy's name. Okeechobee. 2K has a nice ring to it. I'm late. That motherfucker called your boss. I got to catch a replay. Call my boss. Called my boss. Texted my boss. Look, he's sending people my way. Oh my God. He... Negative press. You know how many people talk shit on me? On my channel, and I go in there. I go in the trenches. I dig that trench. I get down, and I'm just like, "What the fuck do you say?" I'm in there. I'm not sensitive. Stop it. Let's buy a house close to a racetrack or airport. Super chat because everyone else, you can tell everyone else not to give us information. All they want is to sell parts. Is Mustang Lifestyle gonna replace Lund or? We don't do that much business with dealers anyway. Like the dealer model seemed to just kind of wane. Based on the available stuff that was out there. But think about it. Like imagine the pull you think you have versus what you actually have. Like, I wish there was a way that we could measure what my impact on Lund's sales are. Oh, we do. The shirts. Remember the shirts? We, Lund Racing, put out a shirt with the Grey Goose on the back. And I said, sell it out. And we did. So you could use that as a metric as to how influential the channel is and how strong the fan base and the listeners and the followers are. Like, you guys are the ones that make it happen. I just suggest. So you guys might go, I believe Alex. I co-sign with what Alex got to say. I ride or die with Alex. He's never steered me the wrong way. I have 160 subscribers on Patreon. I have 90 conversations going right now on builds, on products, on what to buy, what not to buy. And on Patreon, I'll tell you the fucking truth. Like here, I throttle myself a little bit because I don't really have an axe to grind, or I didn't. I still don't. But it's a warning. This is a warning. Why go to the track if it's no prep? Might as well stay home and make a street hit. Exactly. I hate going to a track to race no prep. Like, it's just weird to me because I don't care about no prep. Carl Enthusiast says, hi, Alex. Is it worth getting a tune for Sunoco 260? Same place you get yours from, or wait for doing E85 too? I would do E85 unless you want to race now. Like, the Sunoco 260 GT tune is going to be the same stoic as pump gas, except I add timing to it. That's all. It's always how's the notch? How's the blue car? I want to know How's Alex? They mess with the gabagoo. You can get VP 110, VP 100, C12, MS 103 down here in Fort Lauderdale at the pump. Don't make it pump gas. If they close Laguna Seca, says S550 Johnny, are they also going to close the Monterey Airport? Planes are in and out, and literally the track is the flight path. The Mustang Kings, Alex is the Latin King. Be the right hand. Be the right hand. Exactly. The same night, you are responsible for my business was Lund, says Nuxo. Elva Galarga says, Alex warned people about calling senior, and they still called. It's like moving next door to a track and filing noise complaints. When I went in on the whole Kelly Aiken situation, because he is like the biggest rat fuck on the planet. Like rat fuck. And, you know, he's trying to be nice with Lund now. Lund don't like him. Lund don't like you, motherfucker. No matter how much you shout them out or try to say nice things, there isn't a universe I see the Lunds looking at you in a favorable way or even neutral. I don't think the Lunds like you at all because of the shit you did in the past, your affiliations, and you're talking out of both sides of your fucking mouth. But now we got a guy calling my boss, starting that trend again. And I go, dude, that's really not the right thing to do right now. Because maybe you think you have more power than you do. And I'm not trying to flex my power. But I am telling people not to go on your social media page and talk shit. I live 5 minutes from Bradenton. Should I take my Gen 2 Whipple and do a test tune and run the 85 or run the race fuel and MS109? Vincent, you can do it either way. Whatever you think. If you have a tune for MS109 that's dialed in, go out there and do an 1/8 mile hit. Just 1/8 mile. I know you're probably going to want that 1/4 mile time slip. But if your 1/8 mile is strong, send me the log. I could say, brother, this looks good. Go back out there on a test and tune night and let it eat and go all the way down the back half. Laguna has so many noise restrictions when it comes to exhaust. It's annoying. We need a don't call senior shirt. Thank you. Oh. Can someone find a picture of senior and there's a, like, don't call senior, but make it good. Like, do not call senior. He is a G. We've broed out. We've become friends. I understand he's still my boss, so there is still that respect there. I would never do anything to cause an issue at Lund, and I didn't think I was causing any issue when I literally say Gen 6 Whipple's better than the Gen 5 Whipple. It's just that one company that did the test that I disagreed with got in their feelings. I trust the Ford tune over a Mustang Lifestyle tune. Here. Man, even Skunk Mode wouldn't do any punk ass shit like this. Just sad. Calling and telling on themselves. You know, one of the guys mentioned something. They said, watch somebody call and self-snitch. So, I don't even know if I should say the next thing I'm going to say because there's a reason I stayed quiet for a very long time. There's a reason I stayed quiet for a very long time. So, I'm conflicted. I'm not going to tell on anything, but this happened to me. It was a me thing, right? So let's just say this. When the first Kelly Aiken thing happened, Lund was in a weird spot. And then somebody got fired down here. And then they said, hey, we're in Pennsylvania. We can't tune. We can't remotely. And you know what? To Senior's benefit and to Senior, I want to shout out Senior on this. He said, one of the biggest regrets I have in life, and this touched my heart. This is how Senior looks at our relationship. He says, one of the biggest regrets I have in life is not keeping you on board when that shit happened in Florida. That meant a lot to me because I carried 2 or 3 years of hatred towards everybody involved in that whole situation. Like, I literally hated everyone involved in that situation. And it burns a hole in your stomach for a little while because, guys, I ended up almost homeless. Like, actually, pretty homeless. The relationship ended. I had no job. I had no income. It strained the relationship. Basically ended up homeless. Jake from Power by the Hour was a savior. A savior, okay? He basically gave me charity to keep me floating on my feet, tried to do everything he could to get me going. So, in that time, guess what happened during that time? Somebody saw me at Power by the Hour. Somebody saw me at Power by the Hour with a laptop And what I was doing on that laptop is attempt to set up an account so I can sell parts online or something, like to do something to bring in some income. And they called Senior, who wasn't my boss anymore. He goes, I think he's down here sucking off tunes. So imagine, because you guys need to know the context. You need to know the context of why I do and say certain things. A guy gets fired, nothing to do with me. I lose my job because Lund Racing said we can't do anything remotely. Jake is trying to help me. I now lose the relationship. I'm homeless for a couple weeks. Then I'm at Jake's trying to get something going, and somebody calls Senior and says, I think he's here sucking off tunes. Like I know what the fuck to do with sucking off tunes when I tuned for 2 months, 3 months, right? So from that point forward, and then this happens. And I go, this is not what you want to do. This is not what you want to do. Because I still hold a grudge from way the fuck back then. And that was 2015. And it's 2023. That's 8 years of me not saying not one motherfucker. How many times have you guys heard me say something negative about that company?
Not one motherfucker.
Not one motherfucker. Quiet, mum, stayed shut, true to my shit. Fuck that. I don't need this drama. Oh, whatever. And now you do this? What you think was gonna happen? Now you're bringing back some old thoughts, old memories. Shit I remember. Stop it. You better stop it. Yeah, you're right. It's 2024. Sorry. It's been 9 years. I've stayed quiet and I haven't said
not one motherfucker.
And now you call my boss, tripping about something I said that's factual, thinking that it was going to get me in trouble or fired. Because why else would you do it? Why else would you do it? Did you think he was going to go sing praises to Alex and everything was going to be cool? You think we're going to be cool? Being on my radar is not a positive. Stay out of my fucking radar, dude. No name says, what's up with the thumbnail? You know damn well it was a Karen or a Chuck who called, not Pookie. It's the best meme though. It's like the okay, so that meme is funny because that guy supposedly was dating a girl and he called immigration on her. I love that. Was that old boy with the black Celine? No, not him. Because of your non-influential show, I spent about $4,000 with PBH, my Coyote swap build. Let's talk about how much business this channel brought PBH. Let's talk about how my 4R200 red car did a lot of vetting and I get asked questions every freaking day about that car. So now you think I'm not influential? Jake's literally my best friend. And John is not a close second. I think he's equally good. And you think by calling one of them, how do you think you look when you call one of them and talk about their friend like that? They're going to bring back the old you. Don't bring back the old me. The old me, look, I'm calm. I'm in the middle of an engine build. I was going to talk about that. I was going to talk about anything but this. Because it was over. You know what? I think I'm going to call somebody and get him in trouble. That's the smart... You want to talk about pivotal moments in a company's timeline? You making that call could be bad. In all aspects, like sales and stuff. Like it's bad. I'm not going to tell people not to buy from you. I'm going to tell people to buy from DNAHighperformance.com. That's all I'm going to say. And my fans don't fuck around. At this point, it seems like getting into cars is just a lost cause. Tracks are closing, cops associate you with takeover tards, and it will impound your shit. You're not wrong. The car hobby is slowly dying. And that's why I want to make sure that this is shored up. I want to make sure the dating channel is shored up. I want to make sure everything is good because right now I can survive on this income alone. And imagine if I don't have this job. Oh, man. Crazy stuff. Why do people think getting you fired is somehow going to shut you up? Exactly. It'll just unleash everything. Dating channel was fired last night. It was a good time. I remember all the videos you made at PBH, dope ass videos, like tons of good content. GT500 update, we're listening. So I reached out to L&M and I'm going to have L&M build. You guys said, Alex, you got to check that bottom end. If the top half was fucked, the bottom half can't be good. So I reached out to L&M because I didn't know. And again, I didn't use the Lund name. I never used the Lund name. I never, ever used the Lund name to push anything on anyone. I texted a guy who's affiliated with L&M, Brandon. He hit me up. He was very, very informative after hours. I apologized for hitting him up after hours. And he was so communicative that it gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling about the situation. So when I get the heads back from the shop that's doing the work right now, and they've verified everything is cool, I'm going to package everything up and send it on a pallet to L&M Engines. And they're going to autopsy the bottom end, get me a quote, and we'll see where we're at with final assembly. And I'm willing to pay the money. I know it's going to be a big bill. I understand it. I'm hoping it's not too big, but because the parts are new, but they might want to put their sauce on it. I have all the parts. I have literally all the cam gears and everything. And I'll make a video about that tomorrow. And I think you guys will appreciate that or Thursday. We'll see. Jake sell the dyno? Yes, Jake did sell the dyno because he felt that there is no reason to have the dyno there anymore. I could not allocate a home with a garage big enough or rent a garage big enough for the dyno. So I said, bro, and he gave me the right of refusal. He said, Alex, I won't sell it if you tell me not to sell it. I said, you need this room. You need the space. Your business is bursting at the seams. Sell it, make some money, and open up some room. And he did. I just got fired. Funny, very similar. I wish my boss was as cool as yours. Imagine, No Name says the Fairmont looks badass. Oh, did you go there? No Name, were you the guy picking up the transmission the other day? So, imagine I work at an ice cream plant, and I go to the rec league, and I dunk on you at LA Fitness, and I go, that's right, bitch, your mama's a bitch. And then you find out where I work. You look at my Facebook, and you're like, he works at a dairy plant. Hey, dairy plant. Alex dunked on me at LA Fitness last night and called me a bitch and said my mother's a bitch. Do you think the dairy company's going to go, you're fired? It's so crazy. It's crazy to me. We got a nice chunk of Amory here, 700 plus. The title, I'm sure, made you guys go, wait a minute. Who had the balls to do something that is probably detrimental to business? That only have the count, though. It's pretty good. Millwright's Garage. Michael is good shit. He will smoke at least half a pack of cigs during the conversation. I buy everything I can from PBH, and they are the best. AJ says, yep, I was one of the ones worried about the bottom end. Exactly. I took your advice. I'm going to spend the money. Michael Rauscher and the guys over there are going to build the motor, but I'm not going to hold them to it because, unless they're like, hey, man, we need to redo everything. I'm like, fuck, okay, give me a quote, and we'll go from there. This phone call reminds me of when Bane says, you think this give you power over me? Who has power over this channel? Hey, what's up, Matt760? Who has power over me when it comes to this channel? Now, understand this. I look out for Lund Racing. I would never, and I defend Lund Racing more than anybody else. Even if someone that was affiliated with Lund Racing starts hanging out with someone that stole from Lund Racing, I'm going to defend Lund Racing and not speak on that. I'm going to say it's all good. I'm not going to speak on stuff like that. So I am the biggest defender of Lund, the biggest proponent of Lund, and I steer everyone as possible through and to Lund. The LRX is almost up to 200 devices sold in 2 weeks. Nuts. We got to order like 500 more. Okay? Because we need to have a supply so we don't run out. When the shirts come back in stock, I guarantee they're going to sell out again. We are doing pretty well. So, you would think you want to keep me happy. Generally, if you want a positive review or a positive outlook on everything you got going on, you want to keep me happy because I built this channel to be pretty damn good and influential. And you guys make it happen because the tentacles are pretty far reaching. But doing this is ridiculous. Did you talk to your guy? Did you talk to your business partner? Because I'm sure he's not happy that now you're getting all this smoke. It's not, and I haven't mentioned your fucking name. Because that name will never fucking be spoken on this fucking chat ever. Ever. John Lund, I miss Tony. What's up, Mr. John Lund? Apologies if you didn't like this being aired out, but oh, look who came in. Hey, come on up. John misses you, buddy. Senior says he misses you, and right on point. You show up. That's right, buddy. John, you'll see him very soon. I'm going to come back up in a couple of weeks once the nose is finished on the Grey Goose. Oh, guys, you guys are going to look at the Grey Goose, and you're going to drool with the amount of work that John Sr. did. John Sr. is now a fucking fabricator, bro. And he has learned so much. I am so impressed. The guy just keeps learning no matter the age. He just learns, and learns. So you got to understand that, John Lund, that I had to be not defensive, but I have to be proactively shooting shots across bows just in case, people decide to pop off on some dumb shit. John Lund says, I'm tired of Zeus fasteners. I'm telling you though, you're doing a really good job. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to go back up there and give you a full video on it. I can't even show you a video. I asked Junior, can I show people a video? He goes, nah. Let's just finish it. I'll put out a video, then you can put out a video. I said, that sounds really good. Yeah, Tony's the only guy that has power. The only thing that has power over me is this puppy. No one else. Elva Galarga says, damn, Alex said Lund Racing could sell 200 devices in a month. Proven right yet again. Time to spare. Somebody done messed up. Well, yes and no. I'm telling you, the process of the LRX transfer process, chef's kiss. Once you learn the process. Shout out to Junior. Shout out to the manufacturers of LRX. Shout out to the software programmer. Shout out to everybody. You guys made my job efficient, easy, stress-free, and shout out to, more importantly, John Lund Sr. You got to understand though, you got to work for a guy that's willing to put a lot of money into the process in order to make your life better. Unfortunately, certain things happen and you have to do what you got to do. But then there's always let's say a push to better the workload on the employee. And he made me go from a process that takes a minute to a process that takes 30 seconds. And I love it. I love it. And I'm more productive. The ticket system is cleaned up faster. Look, I already got data logs back from like 5 people with LRXs. This is wonderful. I love it. I caught this live stream late. I thought I clicked on an old one because of what's going down. Exactly. A 5900 is a good place for those cars, as Alex mentioned. Intake free, flown exhaust, and a Lund tune, La Luz. Alistair of Hades says, wait, new look on the Grey Goose? Yes, the Grey Goose is changing. It went on a pretty damn good diet. It's going to probably weigh in the 3,100 pound range. And Senior, Junior, and I are on a weight loss challenge. And we are now at least averaging 2 pounds a week. So by Texas 2K, Senior's going to be down 15 to 20 pounds. Junior's going to be down 15 to 20 pounds. And I'm going to be down probably 15 pounds because I have less to lose because I'm the lightest of all three. And we did this just to have a hyper focus on performance. We want to go to Texas 2K and be very competitive. Don't get me wrong. Street Fighter in a World Cup is the Super Bowl. So we feel we won the Super Bowl. But that doesn't mean we don't take TX2K seriously. There's going to be heavy hitters down there, okay? There's going to be the Brett LaSalas of the world. There's going to be the Garretts of the world. There's going to be LS guys that are in the 6s. There's going to be 2J. There's going to be everything. So we have to come correct with our 6R80 stock computer, fast forward race engines equipped Mustang. I sound like a NASCAR driver. And Senior said, let's get this car serious. Second Gear Leave, you ask, 6R Glide, anyone? Shooting for 105 to 106 pounds lighter than we were at World Cup. Aerodynamically, alone, I think we're going to gain a lot because we were pushing the front end into the engine bay at World Cup. Now, that ain't going to happen. Be sure to announce when the LRX is available for 2020 GT500 Absolutely. Mr. Lund, make sure your LRX is encrypted. Mr. Senior, how much weight was taken off the Grey Goose? Said over 100 pounds. Shirt idea. Just got a Ruby Red Gen 2. I need that cold air, please. Let's do it. Let's give away a cold air intake from PMAS, okay? Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just randomly pick somebody, probably going to favor the members because they've been here the longest, so they get first right of refusal. So what I want to do is I want to give away a Fenderwell S550. It has to be a Fenderwell S550 NA cold air. So whether it's CJ or 18 manifold or Boss intake, what I want to do is give away an S. Why? Because it's the most common one they have, and it's probably something that they have a lot of on the shelf. So who here has a Gen 2 or 3 NA car that can use a PMAS Fenderwell intake? Put a 69 on the chat. If you, again, guys, don't be doing this to resell it. I'm doing the honor system here. Put a 69 on the chat if you have a Gen 2 S550 NA and you want a cold air intake. And I'm going to randomly pick somebody. Don't get mad at me if I pick you and you've won something before and you didn't win. So we have Blue 50. We got Blue 50. That's it. Someone says, Dan, wish I was an S197. You got next month, bro. I'm going to do 12 giveaways this year. So be patient if it isn't you. So we got Devin Marth. We got Eliza's. You've won before, I think. Kellen Stocks. Not that Mike H. We got Leo Rodriguez. Just the guy 69. Just the guy 69. Just the guy 69. You win. Because your name is 69. And I told you to put a 69. And your name is Just the Guy 69. Unless you just changed it. So Just the Guy 69. Do me a favor. Hit me up. ydbt4life@gmail.com. Prove who you are. Your profile has to have your contact info on it. I don't give a fuck if you need to give me a copy of your license because I'm going to forward this to PMAS. And PMAS is going to send you a Fenderwell intake. Congratulations. Just the Guy 69. You want a PMAS Fenderwell intake for a Gen 2. Next month, I'll do another giveaway. If DNA High Performance wants to do a hat or shirt next Tuesday, we can do something like that. So Just the Guy 69, hit me up and we'll go from there. Now, Senior, I need to know, how can we do LRX giveaways? I understand that when we ship a LRX, we have to have Devin or Nardi input the serial number. But what I want to do is I want to give away, I want to pay. John, you have to charge me. You have to charge me full price so that everyone gets paid. I want to pay Lund and have like a voucher sitting there so that I can give away an LRX. John Lund, I love you. I know Cheryl's probably listening right now, losing her mind, going, oh my God, I got to do like 15 tax forms for that to happen. Whatever way is easiest for you guys, let me know. I want to give one of our members a LRX so they can experience the newest, latest, and greatest stuff, the logging, all that stuff, and it's available for every Coyote-powered vehicle, 11 through 2023 Coyote truck or Mustang. So we'll talk about that tomorrow, John Lund. So congratulations. Just the Guy 69, hit me up, and we'll get you going on the cold air intake. That's what we do here. ydbt4life@gmail.com. I ain't even mad, says Leo Rodriguez. DNA High Performance says, let's do a hat or t-shirt. They can pick. We'll do that next week, DNA High Performance, because then I start to overload with stuff. Hey, DNA, Thursday. Thursday. DNA High Performance. If you're here Thursday, you guys are here Thursday, we can do a hat or a shirt, DNA High Performance, and it's a good fitting shirt, good hat, so it's not cheap stuff. So we'll do it Thursday. How about that, DNA High Performance? In favorite military, hello, favors the Grey Goose. Exactly. I wish PMAS made intakes for Hellcats. I would sell the AFE right now. John Lund says, nighty night. John Lund, good night. He's probably having a old fashioned right now listening to the show. So again, my job here is not to bring issues to Lund, but issues happen anyway. And it is a self-inflicted wound that Lethal Performance did by calling my boss. Self-inflicted wound. I'll be there. There you go. I'll see you Thursday, DNA Hat Performance. We'll give away a shirt or hat Thursday. Will this LRX giveaway be for existing customers? Either way. So if you're a new customer, you got to pay for a tune. But I would rather it be for an existing Lund customer. So let's do that. Existing Lund customers, it's easy. I can take your tune, transfer it over, and we can do that. So if and when the LRX becomes available for a giveaway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say existing customers only and members only. So members only, existing customers only. I'm going to make you put up a number and I'll randomly pick. And you should not have an LRX already, because if you try to sell that bitch, it's going to screw up the system. It's really going to screw up the system. UH1, of course, is the baddest helo ever built. I am old. When's rubber booty happening? All day, every day, and twice on Sunday, says Abel. Never flew an AH-64, says John Lund Sr. Muffler says round sounds good. Did LRX, says Vic, manufacturer also developed a device in the tune company that was teased? Potentially, but we have proprietary firmware, so it's only going to work with our firmware. You can't just buy one and transfer shit. It's just not possible. Droopy Webbles says, all jokes aside, lethal just go. Okay. This is why I'm not going to say that. I'll leave the comment up there, but if it's a negative on the company, I'm good. I'm not even going to name the fucking name, but I'll leave the comment up there so y'all can read it, because I ain't about to give them any more shine. Buy every Whipple kit. If you're going to buy a Gen 6 Whipple, you buy it from DNAHighPerformance.com. If you're going to buy a Gen 5 Whipple, you buy it from DNAHighPerformance.com. If you're going to buy a fuel system, DNAHighPerformance.com. And DNA High Performance, do me a favor. In about a week or two, after the show has aired and replayed, show me a graph of your sales. Guys, go to his website and buy a shirt, a keychain, anything. I want to see the graph go like this so that people say that I don't have any influence on this industry. I'll send you my LRN gauge, send out LRX for review, then have a do a live report with existing customer. That'll be badass giveaway. I want one. Off topic, I'm in the market for a 15 to 17 S550, says potential lethal performance scammer. Who would I pay for just an NAGT? I've been out of the market for a long time. What should I pay for a NAGT? $25,000 to $28,000. I know a California special with 50,000 miles is about $20,000 at CarMax. You can get a low mile GT for high 20s, low 30s, or if you're okay with like a 60 or 70,000 mile GT. Neither of my S550s ever got over 30,000 miles. So S650 locked control pack giveaway. CH47s were my favorite when I was in love with distinct sound she made coming in. Hit us up for all your Whipple and supporting mods, says DNA High Performance. So I've experienced with that other company, and they did me solid on something. So after arguing with PBH, oh, good for you. If they did you right, nothing wrong with that. Alex is here to chew gum and tell everyone to shop at DNA. DNA High Performance has my business now. The Parts Farm needs to do a giveaway on 350R, but to me specifically, does the Parts Farm still have the GT350? I thought they parted it out. You should check his website traffic chart after this show. Falling Holler calling on the low instead of just proving the numbers in response. That would have really moved the product. The call is an admission of guilt. Mention the show for your show discount. One RTR says, I need one. Why not buy from Coyote Direct? Because they don't sponsor the show. Sorry, they don't sponsor the show. Nothing against Coyote Direct. If you want to buy from Coyote Direct, cool. DNA High Performance sponsors the show. Modless says, I was gonna buy something from another company, but they wanted to charge me a certain amount for shipping. I bought them directly from Mecco and only got charged $20 for the shipping. It'd be funny if see someone else's face when they see 200 keychains sold. I'm gonna buy an LRX right now, and I can't wait for the giveaway. You're hyping me up so much. Brian Brown, keep your expectations to, I'm just saying it's touchscreen, it's new. The transfer process is easy with the Lund Racing tool. Boom, boom, log, hit a couple of buttons, watch parameters move live. But if you already have an N gauge, there's no reason to buy it. But if you want future support, the LRX is where it's at. I just got a Ruby Red Stick Gen 2, 50,000 miles, $23,000, clean as fuck. I'm also going to check out DNA right now. Thank you. In the market for a truck at the moment, was sold on the Gen 3 Coyote F-150 until I drove an EcoBoost. Would you consider an EcoBoost over a Coyote? Never in my fucking life would I buy an EcoBoost truck. Nardi Mikado, Alex, all trolling aside, I spent over $20,000 or more when I built my Gen 2 at another place. Never again. $20,000, one person. Imagine if we have 6 of you. $120,000 is a lot of business. Oh, they may have gotten rid of it. If they have it, they should get another one. I traded my 11,000 mile Gen 3 car in the dealership, and it's on the lot for $34,000. So a Gen 2 can probably be had in the mid-20s. 313 Mike says, I appreciate you, Alex. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the information on the catch can. You got it, Kona Blue. I said, hey, if you want a catch can for your Whipple, I said, go to UPR and mention that I sent you to UPR. DNA High Performance might have UPR catch cans. DNA High Performance has the best prices. I don't care what anyone says. I just ordered a shirt from DNA. Is my Engage retirement plan worth less now that the LRX is out? I still like these. I still think these are an awesome device, and we still support this device. But if anything happens to this device, aka you break it, se acabó el party, vaya con Dios, te jodiste. You're right with me, Bicho, says Jeremy Swan. I want to buy an L. What do you mean? You all right with me, Bicho? Are you someone that maybe works at that company? I don't know. I don't get this comment. Maybe. Alex, what do you think of the new 6.8 liter Mustang? EcoBooty is gay, and we want that stank. EcoBoosts are gay. Okay. EcoBoost trucks make good power with just a tune, but they have too many problems. Exactly. Dino Queens everywhere, and Tony jump scare. Devin Martin says, I got a 90,000 mile GT California Special daily driver, 70 miles. Let's do it. Let's do real quick a cars.com search. Cars.com. And we'll look at a 15 to 17 Mustang. Let's do it here. 15 to 17 Mustang in my area, my neck of the woods. And we'll see what they go for. Ford Mustang, let's say 500 miles from 33418. 33418, that's my zip code. Wow. Okay. Let's do GT only. So trims, we're going to do, well, let's do cylinders because minimum year 2015. Because I love Gen 2. Gen 2 is just awesome. It's vetted. You don't need to deal with... You know how many DI issues have been around? The direct injectors fail so much lately on builds that I tell people to delete them if they can or buy a Gen 2. So we need 8 cylinders. Let me see. Cylinders, engine, body style, cylinders. 8. Okay. 15 to 17 Mustang. And we're going to do mileage. So we'll do mileage under 50,000 miles. 50,000 miles or less, because that's about right. Look at that. We got a convertible for $25,000 or 46,000 miles, a black GT for 28 in wherever the fuck, I don't know where this is. A white one. Oh, nice. 35,000 miles, 16. Nice. Look, guys, 36. Oh, it's got 9,800 miles. It's pretty darn new. So yeah, anything over 30, you'll have low miles. Anything about 50. What? Is this a Roush RS3? Stop it. Is it an RS3 or is it a... What is this? Is it an RS2? Oh, no, this is an RS3, I think. It's got the... What? $43,000. Bro, is this an RS3? Cape Coral. Blue. Let's see the engine, bro. Come on. Where's the engine? We don't care about this shit. Engine. Dude. It doesn't say anything about the... Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a RS2 because it doesn't have, like, the supercharge. Let me see. It doesn't say. Wow, this is a terrible write-up. Limited slip. 400A package. It looks like it's just a bitch-ass RS2. Don't RS3s have a different nose? Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Okay. So yeah, $25,000 seems to be the norm. So I would definitely aim for $25,000 for a car with about 29 to 40,000 miles. I think that's where you should be. Oh my God, don't ever buy a car with tire stickers. Ever in history. Oh, is this a 350? No, that's a regular GT. So there you go. About $25,000 where, again, we're trying to inform the customer here as much as possible because that's what we do. We inform the customer. We tell them not to believe 800 horsepower on pump gas. It's 100% bullshit. 100% bullshit. We have UPR catch cans. There you go. DNA High Performance has UPR catch cans. You could buy everything there. Eric Hill says UPR catch cans are the shit. Mine came with Continental hoses with quick connects, and the baffling is top notch. You know, that's one thing that they started working on that I think actually has taken off. And I know people are going to say, unauthorized reproductions, blah, 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 blah. But whatever. Like, I love, like, Motion Raceworks catch cans look okay, but I'd rather just get something local. And I've been sponsored by UPR in the past. I'm sure if I go down there and say, give me a complete suspension for the notch, they'd give it to me, but I don't want to abuse that power. I'd rather just pay for it, but they would like insist. And I feel bad about that. So I definitely don't want to take advantage of their generosity, but I appreciate it. Speaking of DI injectors failing, what is needed to delete them for sure? DI deletes. I think there's a company that was put up on the Mustang forums. Actually, the Lund Racing customer page. If you're a Lund Racing customer, you should definitely join the Facebook group, the Lund Racing support page. In there, there is nitty gritty, detailed information as to the tuning. You can ask questions. You can ask about the DI deletes. There's the latest and greatest updates are released there. So don't look at their Facebook general page. Don't look at their YouTube. Don't look at their Instagram. The Lund Racing support page is where you want to go for the latest and greatest news on Lund Racing. I might trade my 22 10R80 for a 17 Roush Stage 3, but they're extremely hard to find. UPR is the best. Love mine. Nitrous and Bias Play says, Alex, who do you recommend tuning my 14 GT? Us, bro. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. I tuned today a front feed Whipple 2012 GT. That is a 12-year-old car. And it had a booster pump, Predator 55s, our front feed Whipple, and I sent the base file that's been on there for about 6 years, and that bitch started right up and trimmed within 2% fuel. Like, I'm like so happy that, and even an older vehicle, which is deemed to be older and people think it's kind of going out of style. Like, okay, guys, let's talk about that. You could do that, Mike M, but I'm not urging you to do that. But you could definitely do that if you want. Where is it? Where's live chat? How come live chat's not popping up? Weird. Live chat just stopped working. Why did it stop working? Let me see. Weird. Live chat just stopped working. Did it have the 2.9 Whipple crusher on it? No. Front feed. Why did this chat stop working? Who cares? It's crazy how I click it now it doesn't come up. Let me do it again. Copy, paste. Let's see if it pops up again. No. Apparently it's like a wet body. Apparently the live chat's not working. So what I'll do is I'll put it here in display capture. And then we can go, you know what's happening? I think it's in the background. Let me go display capture. Yeah, it's in the background. Oh, wow, this is super fucked up. What the hell happened here, Alex? Oh my God, you must have clicked something and something went to shit. So I'm just going to leave it. Actually, there you go. I'll do that. So basically that's the chat. I'm clicking it and it's not coming up. So apologies. Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys a bunch of lethal hack the chat. Exactly. I don't think they can do that at all. They think they could, but I can still get around it. So let's do this. I was actually having a thought today, and let me know what you guys think about that. So in the future, I would love to get another 6R80 car and do a build series on it and show you growing with it. A lot of you talked about Donnie's car. So Donnie's car was a very pivotal moment in my tuning, let's just say, journey. So the tuning journey was, I learned a lot of 6R80 Gen 1 stuff through Donnie's car. What to do, what not to do. And we ended up running 9.1 with a 2.3 liter TVS. I actually think that would be a more interesting build than a Gen 2. Do you guys think if I buy a 2013 or 2014 6R80 Mustang and build it up, a Gen 1 6R80 build, would you guys be interested in that? Because I think I can either make it go 8s, not with the stock motor, probably with a Gen 3 bottom end, but I think it would be interesting to see how far we can take something like Donnie's build. Donnie's build to me was so cool because it went so far with so little. So I've always wondered if that's something you guys be interested in doing. His car was just awesome. I would literally do a Gen 1 6R car and see if that's something that you guys would be interested in. I'm still working to see why this thing. Oh, there it is. What the hell happened? Wow. It looks like so the chat apparently hid in the backside. So how do I bring you to the forefront? I can't see. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing on this side. See, like, you're here. You guys are here, but I can't, for whatever reason, bring you on this side. So I'm just like, oh no. So I'll figure it out later. I'm going to have to just reboot this stuff in. No big deal. So a Gen 1, 6R build, same color as Donnie's. I would literally get Donnie's car and be like, there it is. We do a UPR suspension. We do a K-member. We do a stock motor. We do a VMP Gen 2R. We do comp cam stage 3s. We literally mimic Donnie's build. And then with my knowledge that I know now, I think it would really probably go 9.0 high 8s, if I didn't care about the motor blowing up. So it's something about that entices me to go back to Gen 1 stuff instead of doing, because I have a stick shift GT500, stick shift Corvette, stick shift Fox body, and I might have a stick shift Viper. So why would I get another stick shift car? Let's get a 6R80 in there and let it be a Gen 1 old school OG and see what we can do with the Gen 1. I have big interest in a Fortune GT manual, but I could still apply some of my trick for my Mustang. I commented on it like 4 times and I haven't seen it on the screen yet. I understand. Look, it's because it's hiding in the background for some reason. Let me see. I don't know. It just hid in the background. It just kind of went away. But don't worry about it. We got like 5 minutes left, so it doesn't matter. Elva Galarga says, any 6R80 performance tuning difference between 1112 and 1314? Yes. Based on the looks, I prefer 1112. I prefer 1314. Depending on the strategy you use, and I'm not going to give you the strategy we use on Gen 1 or Gen 2, the access, and there is no select shift on 11 to 12. 11 to 12 shifters say 1, 2, 3 drive. 13 to 14 shifters say PRNDS. So SDNRD. So PRNDS and then PRND 321 on Gen 1. Then you have a button to lock it in third, I think, or fourth. So I would get a Gen 1 late, like 14, same color as Donnie's, charcoal gray, and mimic the build 100%. That Blue Roush says it's a stage 3. Does it? Someone says run M5. Get the fuck out of here. Black Card 2.0. Man, Angerman says I'm behind, but Lund has a phone number? No. Nope. They know each other's phone numbers because Lethal is a dealer at whatever capacity at this moment, because it's just, there's no dealers anymore. Like, we are the only dealer. Like, Lund is the biggest dealer of Lund Racing. So like a dealer's program is sort of just kind of not robust. It used to be, but not anymore. So we just have all the business go through Lund, or you pay full price and you're not a dealer anymore. So they know each other and they're friendly. I don't think they're friends, but they're friendly. So I'm kind of blown away that he would actually, because it's almost like sliding John's, let's say, decision-making process. So if you call and tell John, Alex is talking shit on me, and then John looks at the video and goes, I didn't see him talking shit on you at all. I saw him telling customers not to expect 800 out of pump gas. That's actually a good thing. So then that might make, I don't know, I'm suspecting John would go, I'm annoyed now. I'm annoyed because, like, you're bringing shit to me that doesn't matter. You're just complaining at this point for the sake of complaining. But now Alejandro Flores goes, oh, they want that smoke? I'm going to warn them once. If they keep it up, I'm going to warn John. Say, John, I'm going to go in. What do you want to do? And if he's like, I'll take his advice, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Late getting in, catching the replay later. What L&M opinion on key cutting? They sell slotted gears, so I don't think they like cutting keys. I'm actually debating switching to Gen 2 control pack. Yeah, it's a better system. Edward Martinez, where are you? Let me see. Live chat. Bro, the live chat like disappeared. It's crazy how the live chat just legit disappeared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to this screen, and I'm just going to speak on this screen so that you can, and I'm going to take the sponsors and I'm going to switch them here. There you go, sponsors, and then lower this guy. So you'll be able to see everything on one screen, and we should end it here so you can see everything that's happening there. I'm blown away that they are mad that you pointed out the lack of cats. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm blown away that they're showing you it has no cat, and then they're mad that I say, hey, there's no cat. Clear. Let's do clear. Sixsuki, no bad needed with stock intake. Homie, really went into contact to his tattletale exactly. I got my 14 GT California Special Gen 5 Whipple tuned by Lund back in December 1. It rolls out. I think I might have been you in the ticket system. Not sure. Impossible. Apparently, I hate Whipple so much that I'm willing to sabotage their situation. When my Fox is sold, I'm definitely trying to get back into a Gen 1, learn my mistakes from a previous Gen 1 I had, so watching you mod 1 again would be great. Sell me your Fox body and do the Gen 1 build. 313 Mike, the moment I go 9s in it, I might sell it or stick a C4 and go 8s in it. We'll see. What's up? I'll watch the replay. Thank you so much. If you want an RS3, there's 2015 in my area for $37,000. It only has 30,000 miles. Thanks for that. Didn't know the difference. I'd look into an MT82, but good to know about the autos also. All right, guys, I'm out of here. It's 9:30. Thank you very much for hanging out with me for a little bit. Again, guys, another time, another day, another company hits up my boss and says, you know, I don't like what he's doing. Do something about it. My boss, luckily, is loyal as fuck and told me that he got a call. And I said, okay, I'm going to mention it. But again, nobody here is to go out there and talk shit on their social media. Just go buy all your stuff at dnahatperformance.com. They sponsor the show along with Two Auto Solutions and PMAS, and we can go ahead and do damage that way by supporting people that support us, not support people that snitch or self-snitch on people that are trying to help the customer be more aware and more informed than in most other platforms that you can think of. I don't know of any other platform where there's a guy that has the credibility that I do and tries to vet the combo as much as I do than me on this platform. And I'm trying to weed out the bad apples on this situation so that we can have a good, robust system of information gathering and cars running the best they can and not just sales gimmicks and then you blowing up your cats because you think you can make 800 on pump gas. Have a good rest of your day, but not you guys, not the ones that called. Y'all could go pound sand. I'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll do a DNA high performance hat or shirt giveaway. See you guys later. Bye.